Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the Stone House. Windowsills this weekend. Oh, one thing I have to do today that's different, well, different from most videos at least, is we have another product to show you all. You remember a while back, the company Maxoak sent me this massive battery generator, battery bank. It's called a Bluetti. Well, that same company, they sent me another one to try out, which we're always willing to try out their stuff because I find it fascinating. It's just a world that I had no idea existed, to be honest. And what they sent me this time is this little tiny, this one here is called the AC-50s. It's silent. It makes no noise whatsoever. I really like these things. But this is the easiest way for me to try to get the angle of the inside of this window. I just kind of put the cardboard flat against this window here, and then I just use any kind of straight edge, really. So it's kind of like I just do each side at once, right? So now I'm gonna do this other side. You know, that sits nice and flat all the way around now. And we're gonna tape, because I have 3 pieces of cardboard here basically put together. Okay, so I got my little marks all the way, you know, for the spots, and now you're just gonna connect those lines. Now just get that line on the back of the sill. This is gonna be crooked looking because, as we know, the one side was what, 23 inches, the other side was 21.5, so it's off 1.5 inches in the back. Nice cut there. And we're gonna plug in this little Black & Decker guy. The tongue stayed in the glue joint, so I was able to break it, but not where I glued. That didn't really prove anything, other than I'm super strong. I feel like this is not gonna fit at all. It just seems way bigger. Oh, smaller. What? Oh. Whew. Okay. How did I get that far off? It needs to go in so much more. How did I do that? I want to know. I really do. Because I'm off. How did I do that? 22 3/4. All right, now we're gonna get into some nitty-gritty cutting. I had to do this on the other window. These little braces that I put on the sides, I can cut them, and then I can get these things a lot closer, and they're really easy to cut. I'll be shocked and upset if it doesn't fit now. Should Oh yeah. Oh. Okay. That side fits in there awesome. This side, not so much. That is my best first cut that I've had. You know, it looks great all over. It's amazing on the back of the window. Just this gap is like just perfect. Almost too much actually, too close. I'll probably joint that. I kind of want a gap here. But it's not fitting good here. You can see that's a pretty good sized gap. And what I need to do is trim this a little bit more. Time to cut the sill in half. Look, I know that some of you probably just think that this is crazy, but I'll be honest, it's not easy using salvaged lumber. I already planed this, and gluing it together, I guess I didn't even check because I probably didn't want to know. I thought that maybe it would glue up flat, but I should have known better. So the easiest way for me is to cut this windowsill now that I know it's cut perfectly to size. Cut it in half, which is going to take 1/8 of an inch out of it, mind you. It's going to make it just a little bit different in the window, but that's okay. I kind of accounted for it. But cut it, plane it, glue it back together, and then it should be nice and flat. And it's the only way I know. The easy misconception here, and I do it to myself because all I watch is YouTube when it comes to woodworking, and people always make it look so easy, but really, you know, they're usually dealing with like perfectly planed new wood, not 150-year-old tongue and groove. Holy cannoli, that was nice. That turned out really nice. That thing is so flat now. It's just so flat now. I'm actually happy that I just did that. I just need to glue it up now, and hopefully my one seam is good. I should be able to do that. I'm going to experiment with pocket screws real quick to see if I can do it with pocket screws, because then I could just do it today, right now. I just have never used pocket screws before. Well, right off the bat, that doesn't make sense. So. I mean, I understand the general premise. I wonder why A, B, or C. What's the difference? I figured out why I can't figure out the Kreg jig. It's because I'm missing pieces to it. You know what? I don't really want to use the Kreg jig. I honestly don't like it. I don't think it makes, at least with what I've got, it's not making a strong joint. It's making probably a weaker joint. I'm just going to glue it and let it sit. I mean, this, if I wasn't missing pieces to it, it'd probably be a lot better. But you can't make it work. I literally paid $8 for this whole kit. I'm not going to sit here and waste time or try to make something work that doesn't want to work. I'll have to look to see what pieces I'm missing and just order them. That's a nice tight fit. This windowsill is in really, really good shape now. Nice and flat, and you cannot tell where I cut it, which is nice because the grain's running vertically, so you really can't tell where I cut it. Unfortunately, that's all I'm going to get done today. It's Halloween, and the kids are dressing up. Liliana is, she wants to dress up as Anna Green Gables. and Jace is Harry Potter. Sarah is dressing up as Gilbert from Anne of Green Gables. I think that's because Lily told her to. I guess I could sit here and frantically organize all day, but I gotta get home. So from here, I'll be back tomorrow, and I'm going to cut the other windowsill to size, get that one fit. This one didn't take me that long. It's just I had some issues, but it turned out really good. I'm so happy with it. It's so nice and flat now. Just gotta sand it and shape it. Okay. That's it. Back for some more fun in the sun. I think what we'll do is go upstairs and see what it looks like in place one last time. It's encouraging because I think this is probably the best fitting window that I've done. It fits so good right there against the wall. I mean, it's literally perfecto. Over here in America, we call that a 32nd of an inch. I don't know what it would be in Europe. Probably a 16th of a millimeter. I don't know. It's confusing. I can get that closer simply by just sanding this inside edge in here, so then it will go that much closer.
It doesn't get easier the further I run. It gets harder to carry the weight of what I've done. I am speaking from experience. I don't want to run no more. I don't want to run no more. Seems to me a man can do a lot of thinking when he's staring down the barrel of a gun, and the devil's had his sights set on me since the day that I took sides with the sun. Now every morning I go to war with the ghosts I met the night before, trying to find the grace in my mistakes. And there's monsters beating down my door. They're hungry for a soul that's torn from all of the running that I've done. I don't want to run no more. I don't want to run no more. I don't want to run no more. I don't want to run no Darling, we might not ever look like those families in the stock picture frames on old-time TV. There ain't no white fence around this life we have. We're two runaways on a one-way ticket track. And if I'm not the man you bargained for, and the bright red love you bought me for is gone, will you lie here under star-drowned skies, and look me in the eyes when I say these are our hard times. Say you'll stay. I see the scars that you keep underneath your skin, drawn in like a map of all the places your heart's been. The man I am ain't nothing but holes in a tattered soul, threads of grace hemmed with faith, they're the strongest stitches sewn. And if I'm not the man you bargained for, the bright red love you bought me for is gone. Will you lie here under star-drowned skies and look me in the eyes when I say these are our hard times? Say you'll stay. And if I'm not the man you bargained for, and the bright red love you bought me for is gone, will you lie here under star-drowned skies and look me in the eyes when I say...
This windowsill right here is done. It's just being glued up after cutting it in half. And once it's done being glued, then I'll obviously sand it and oil it, which doesn't take much. They don't need a lot of sanding coming out of that planer. The planer has been well worth it thus far. So that kind of signifies having the windowsills done on this side of the house, because this one's pretty much done. 1, 2, 3, so yeah, obviously I didn't need to count them out loud. 4 of them. 4 of them are basically done. The other side of the house, you've got the one way over, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Well, 5's not too bad. 5 seems doable because I just did 4. That's not bad. The ones I think I might do next are just going to be these doors. These door windows, yeah. This is obviously the door. I need to explain this because not everybody watches every video. This is the door that I use right now, but it's not going to be the door that we use when we live here. When we live here, the kitchen will be on the other side of the house, and we will use that entrance to enter into our kitchen. I hear that's like the bee's knees, because if you're buying groceries or something, you can enter into your kitchen, which will have like a little mudroom area, front porch and stuff, but you'll enter into the kitchen. This is a side porch. So this door won't get used very much, really. Though, I can see myself sitting out there quite a bit on that side porch. Or you could call it a front porch, but it's really technically not a front porch. It's a side porch. I'm getting off on windowsills are next for here. Now what I'd like to do, find my tape measure. Somebody was asking the other day if the door does this. It does. I hope we can find a really cool old door for the other side of the house. This one needs a lot of work. I say that for everything, but it really does. weird stuff going on. You can hear the glass loose. So yeah, we're gonna, anyways, what I'd like to be able to do for these windowsills is maybe, if I can, find a single board that I can cut and fit in there. If I go and put this thick material right up to the window, it looks okay. I wish it looked a little differently, to be honest with you, but it looks okay. Maybe I won't use as thick of material for this window, because I think I'd like to have more reveal there. Like even 3/4 inch material. That looks better. That does look better. So I think I need to get a very accurate cardboard cutout and have it literally fit right in like a piece of puzzle. That should be really fun. Just wanted to take a quick second, and if you're interested, check out the description, because there's a place where you can enter to win a Maxoak AC-50s. Now I just gotta find a piece of wood that fits in there. I looked all over in the barn and I found something that ideally is perfect. It's an old tabletop of some sorts. It's very heavy. I want to say it's got to be, well, it's definitely hardwood. It's got to be maple, which is really cool. It's not one piece. I can see the lamination of at least 5 pieces. So they're boards laminated together, but very well. Like, I mean, this thing is really intense. And it's only 1 inch thick, which is gonna give me a little bit more reveal for the window. But yeah, I think this is gonna work. And because it's maple, that might look cool, because these will be different than the rest of the windows, but we're gonna do a maple floor, so then that will look good. That's what I'm using. Can't even talk me out of it, even if you try. Well, I either cut a windowsill that I can now fine tune, or I ruined a tabletop. Let's find out. It fits, and it looks good. It's nice and tight. It looks pretty good in the back. It's not perfect, but it, you know, because they're so deep, it fits off 1/8 of an inch. Once that's siliconed and painted, you really won't notice that. What I like about this windowsill is it's maple and it's just really solid. I have a feeling I made myself a lot of work to trim this spot out. I just don't know how I'm going to trim this out. I hope I don't have to try to... I hope I didn't underthink this, where I should have this little nub. If that should have stuck out like 2 or 3 inches. I didn't really have enough wood to do that. But when I go to trim this window out, it's kind of gotta... It's gonna be weird. I think what we're gonna end up doing is cutting this different, and I'll just do a different type of... I have a plan, I just can't explain my plan. I think what I'm gonna try to do real quick is sand this to see if I can make it look good. I wish I could put it through the planer, but it's too wide. Yeah, I do not have a 21-inch planer. That would be awesome. See, it's a little tight. I think I've had just about as much fun today as I'd like. It's 2 o'clock, I'm gonna go home. I wanted to be able to prove to myself that I could sand the watermarks out of this piece of maple, and I think I can. It needs a lot more sanding, and honestly, it might be easier just for me to cut it in half, or I guess this would have to be cut in 3 pieces and then plane it. But I don't know, we'll see. I'm not against that. This little Bluetti, there's going to be a link in the description for this one. The big one I would always recommend because it's awesome, but it's huge and it's expensive. This one, at $300 or $350, it's really good. I ran my jigsaw and the sander exclusively on this for 2 days of work, and it finally is at 20%, and it shut off, so I think I was pretty much to the end of it. But it lasted all day. The sander had just as much power as it always had. And another thing I like about this one is it has a built-in light. And it's a really good light. There's different brightnesses, and then it does flash. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Maybe if you want to like give yourself a seizure or something. I really like this. The wireless charging works great. I really like that about it. I think where the other one is really nice, just too expensive, maybe, this one is perfect. It doesn't keep you from sneezing though, so just keep that in mind. But I do really like this, and I really appreciate Maxoak sending it to me. I really just love working with you guys because I like your products a lot. And I appreciate you sending it to me. Alright, that's it. Let's go home, see the kids. We'll have more fun next weekend.